What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So very interesting day for SoFi. I'm going to talk on why it's actually going up. It is a little bit more of a backwards kind of scenario, but still very much interesting. I'm going to go over some data points very relevant to a lot of investors and tie it all together with some technical analysis. Before getting to any of that, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. With that, let's get right to it. Live ticker going at the very bottom, 5.82% up. Very interesting day for SoFi. And in the end though, it is largely because of the yield curves. I'm going to talk on that a little bit more in a second, but right now 22.1 million for volume, 53.8 is the average, and that is a 6-month average, and 3 million shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone, and that is on the secondary market. So that definitely is picking up on the secondary market, and technically I just want to show you this as well. This has been the dark pool. I've been really monitoring this over the last little bit. These are transactions being done on this dark pool, like I said, which is a exchange designated for institutions. So you can see right here, there's been two big ones, so $337,000 and $313,000 worth. Overall, pretty good. By no means what it was several weeks ago, but still, a lot of institutions still getting in, which is a very positive sign. But ultimately, we are up because of yield curves, and because ultimately a warning light saying that there is a recession possibly coming is technically what is saving us, what's giving us a nice rebound. So like I said, it's a little bit more of a backward scenario because of a warning light of an impending recession is basically what's giving us. So ultimately, it's insinuating because of all this, the Feds are not going to be increasing rates as much as they are going to be assuming that they're going to be doing because of this kind of an inversion what's happening with the yield. So that is a little bit more of an interesting scenario, to say the least. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Overall, though, I can already tell that there is a lot of people that's not really thinking too much of this, because if you guys do remember, a lot of these same kind of warning lights did go off last year. Again, didn't really amount to too much per se, and potentially, if you want to call what happened to the NASDAQ recently a recession already. Some people are, some people are not. But again, it's one of those things that has gone down roughly about 35%, so pretty significant amount. And in addition to that, something irregular has been happening with the short interest, because typically on the last several weeks, when SoFi has had a nice little rebound, shorts got in significantly, kind of eliminating and killing the momentum, but not today. So today you can see actually it's been down 0.27%, so fairly flat, but the mere fact that they're actually not increasing as much as they are, that it could be seen as a very positive sign. Cost to borrow is also maintaining itself, and once again, like I've been posting on Twitter, you actually get a rare chance of seeing manipulation firsthand, and that is here, cost to borrow minimum. So that means that they're technically, this is what brokers are charging people to short, obviously, SoFi. It is negative 0.2%, meaning that there is a broker out there physically paying people to short SoFi. So once again, there is manipulation still following SoFi. So again, just keep that in mind. On a side note, I am not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But when it comes down to the short score, which is 73.33, that is starting to go up. So the higher the number, the more likelihood of a squeeze occurring. And it's one of those things, given that the short interest on SoFi is almost around 19%, it is fairly high. So there potentially could be a short squeeze depending on if there is good positive catalyst that does come out for SoFi, which in reality next week on July the 12th they do have the shareholder meeting. So if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe, because I am going to be live streaming that. But again, that could be a good catalyst depending on the results of that or what is said on that. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But with that, just going to cap it off with some technical analysis. So right now I do have the 50, 100, 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, and RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So looking at momentum right now, you can see the number of buyers is getting in significantly. Very positive. Stochastic, similarly, you can see a nice little bit more of a deviation starting to occur. So black line above the red showing a starting of a bullish trend. And stochastic in general has been extremely oversold. Like I've said in a lot of other videos, a lot of other growth stocks have kind of gone out of this negative trend. But with SoFi, unfortunately, and largely because of shorts, how I see it at least, they've been being kind of kept down for a while now. And I think that's really deterring a lot lot of new investors from getting in, and you can actually tell that based on momentum, but that does change today. So very positive, kind of ambitious look for SoFi right now. Looking here as well, we are about to test the central boiling band, which typically is a fairly high resistance point, but if we can successfully get over that, then we should see a lot of good things happening in the future. And then similarly, the 50-day moving average, which is at $6.38, is going to be a very pivotal point we need to watch for. Just want to talk on some micro views right now. So here is all the resistance and support points. Today we actually did get past the first and second resistance points. So tomorrow will be a different picture. I'll go through that in another video. So definitely things always are changing, but right now, like I've already done over the weekend, these two resistance points were very tight knit, but with a good piece of news, such as even that inversion right now on that the yield curve, potentially that was enough for us to get past that. Right now, not enough to get past a third one, but you never know, right? The market's not over yet. We could go for another run up, and if we do get over that, then we are in for a nice kind of momentum change. Just want to quickly pop over to Interactive Brokers because there was a good article that came out on TipRanks talking about the web traffic, insinuating that potentially something might be coming down the pipeline, which coincidentally, I actually did do a video roughly early this week about this same exact thing, that potentially Q2 numbers, which again might be coming in within a month or so, is going to resemble a huge increase for SoFi, for the number of customers, which again, that is one of the main aspects that we're looking at, in addition to obviously revenue, other things like that. So potentially that might be good earnings, again, another back-to-back earnings, which at that stage, I don't think any analyst can ignore that. I just want to quickly go over here, continue on Interactive Brokers. If you do like Interactive Brokers, definitely click on the link in the description below or in the comments and just play around. It does have a lot of good information, such as analyst ratings. So especially based on the previous earnings, we had a lot of questions coming from analysts, and you can tell that as well. A lot of them gave ratings. So hopefully that will come after the Q2 earnings as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully they will be a lot outside of more so double digits, at least for their ratings, because I feel even $6 or $8 is still significantly low for SoFi and where it should be. Let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.